İnşallah bu kura işlemi Mart ayına kadar
Hopefully, the drawing lot will come to an end until the end of this March. Meanwhile, we will immediately start constructing the social houses. Likewise, the process regarding to the lands and the workplaces continue. Due to the high inflation problem resulting out of the global economic problems has led to imbalances in the household prices, and thanks to this project, hopefully we will tackle this problem. I hope and pray that the houses, the land and the workplaces would be auspicious for the rightful owners. On 28th of October in Ankara, we have declared the Century of Turkey vision with a very exciting ceremony with our people. We will be building the Century of Turkey on the infrastructure that we have prepared within the last 20 years, and we are working on that purpose without any interruption, and we are preparing the Century of Turkey together with our nation, as we have always done so. With the program to be carried out inside of our country, we will be listening to the expectations of our nation for the Century of Turkey, and we will concretize our vision. Therefore, before the elections, we will prepare ourselves in accordance with the Century of Turkey. That is what we plan. In 81 provinces of our country, and especially in the districts of our provinces, we will carry out many programs, and we will listen the expectations of our nation, and then we will concretize our vision accordingly. So before the elections, we will prepare ourselves in line with the Century of Turkey vision. The greatest democratic and development achievement of our nation will be the 2023 targets. As we achieve it, we will also be determined to make sure that the Century of Turkey vision is realized as well. Sustainability, success, efficiency, productivity, and communication, science, peace, development, values, being right, compassion, independence and future and youth will be the topics on which the vision of the Century of Turkey will be rising, and we also see that it creates a beacon of hope for everyone and excites every one of our citizens. We are really excited with the 99th year anniversary of the foundation of our republic, and this excitement has been crowned with the local car coming out of the production line, TOG. In the past, due to deliberate sabotages and also the instabilities, the dream of local car has been interrupted, and the TOG, our local car, has become a very important symbol for our nation. The success of our local car is not the result and the success story of a production facility, but it is seen as the success story of 85 million people. Despite this reality, there are still the ones who are trying to discredit this project and trying to present it as something trivial, and we are following their desperate endeavors. May our Lord prevent everyone to show hostility towards its own nation for the sake of their own political gains. Thanks to its technological infrastructure, the local car, the TOG, will be the vehicle of the future, and hopefully its construction will come to an end at the end of February, and it will be on the streets of our country as of March, and we wish this local car success. And I also would like to thank anyone who contributed to the realization of this project. One of the most important development revolutions of Turkey is in the field of healthcare service. And together with the members of the Organization of Turkic States on 31st of October, we found the chance of assessing the level of healthcare system in Turkey. Without a doubt, thanks to our infrastructure and digitalization, we have increased the level of our services, and thanks to the city hospitals, we have achieved this revolution and transformation in our healthcare system. So right now we are improving the working conditions of our workforce, and thanks to the broad healthcare infrastructure, we are turning our healthcare system into a global brand called Turkey Health. So we will be sharing this system with all our friends and all our allies, and this is a prerequisite of our principled and humanitarian stance. This will differentiate us from the others. With the Health Turkey brand, we are also aiming to increase the share that we will receive from the health tourism, which has the total amount of $100 billion globally. Recently, we have come together with our muftis who are working as the servants of benevolence. So together with our district muftis, we made a comprehensive assessment, taking into consideration what happened in the past, and we reminded them the importance of their duties, and we also shared what we expect from them. My August nation, we have also attended the graduation ceremony of our deputy police chief, and we shared their excitement and joy. The police academy, which we restructured in order to strengthen our security, thanks to its successful work, made an indelible impression on all of us. So the ones who are trying to slander our police academy, saying that they are the perpetrators of drug trafficking, have ill wills but nothing else. So if there is anyone who are putting the police forces into the same picture with the gangs and terrorists and criminals, what they do is nothing but fifth column activity. So the Republic of Turkey up until now unfortunately suffered a lot from the fifth column supporters. Due to such activities, our nation has been deprived of the services and the masterpieces that she deserves. By receiving its strength from its civilization and its history, any politics and any politician and any businessman who try to grow Turkey at the face with the obstacles like coup attempts and the tutelage support. With the inspiration that we find from the 100-year anniversary of the foundation of our republic, we try to prepare our country for future, and a similar game is presented again. But let me be crystal clear, they will not achieve anything, because thanks to the centennial democracy and development success, with its experience, our nation has the capacity and a will to foil all those games. We have proven it with numberless examples. If you remember, when our borders are harassed by the terrorists, they were playing into the hands of Daesh and PKK, and when we were facing with the treacherous coup attempt on the 15th of July, they were playing into the hands of FETÖ, and when we were trying to tackle the illegal migration. They were playing into the hands of Europe. And when our brothers are fighting against their independence in Karabakh, they were playing into the hands of the Armenians, and they were speaking with the discourse of the interest lobby, because that was the duty which was dictated to them. So we have observed their ill will once again with the so-called drug trafficking allegations, and we will foil this game once again. Last week we got together with our citizens in Gaziantep, and according to the official figures, 75,000 people attended this mass opening ceremony. And our meeting in that regard was indeed showing us how our brothers and sisters in Gaziantep preparing themselves for 2023. We have carried out the opening ceremony of Gazi Rai and many other works, and then we got together with our ladies on 25th of November, Panorama Museum. They have embraced us with great joy and excitement, so we would like to thank all our brothers and sisters from Gaziantep on behalf of myself and my nation.
Bu sabah da Milli Eğitim Bakanlığımız tarafından ülkemizin dört bir yanında hayata geçirilen
This morning, we have carried out the 2,000 village wellness centers realized by our Ministry of Education. In addition to our Minister of Education, together with our Minister of Agriculture, we have taken this very important step. With the Village Wellness Center, we have reconstructed our education infrastructure. So with the lifelong learning understanding, we are aiming to turn the idle school buildings into an environment of education and training. So without taking into consideration the number of the students, not only the primary education will be provided, but at the same time, those school buildings will also deliver different vocational and technical courses in line with the needs of our nation and our citizens, and they will turn into centers where the cultural activities are presented and provided as well. So I do believe that this project will contribute remarkably to our villagers and specifically our women, and I once again hope and pray that this project would be auspicious for our country and our nation. Tomorrow we will participate Hasan Cave tunnel opening ceremony online. After the 10th of November commemoration ceremony, we will embark on a couple of abroad visits. Once again, we will go to Samarkand, Uzbekistan, and we will hold our summit of the Organization of Turkic States. And then I will participate in G20 leader summits in Indonesia, and then I will participate in a Manama Dialogue Forum. And last but not least, I will participate in the opening ceremony of Qatar World Cup. So during those meetings and diplomatic correspondences, we will hopefully speak our vision with our counterparts and interlocutors. We will represent Turkey in the best way possible in all those efforts and programs, and I hope and pray that our diplomatic correspondences hopefully will be auspicious. My august nation, we are one of the nations with a very strong civilization, history, and state tradition. After turning Anatolia into our homeland, we raised our flag and we embraced our state, which is the basis of our independence. The foundations and the marks left by the Selçukians are still alive all around Anatolia. And the majority of the institutional foundation which made Ottoman Empire a global empire is still alive. As we founded our republic, we built a totally new structure on to the national will. Erol Güngör states that the Anatolian states are not collapsing very swiftly, and this is thanks to the wisdom of Ottoman Empire. The heritage left by the Ottoman Empire to our republic can be seen during the foundation years of many of our institutions, from the Ministry of Education to Ministry of Justice. Many of the institutions founded by the Ottoman Empire still persists, and this is showing us the continuity of the state tradition. And this is, of course, thanks to the fact that the nation and state, there are two components which are not separable from each other. In the past, the totalist supporters tried to use state just like a whip on our nation, and we have repaired this damage inflicted by the totalist supporters with the democratic reforms. So from now on, in line with our heritage, we are focusing on our duties. So right now we have a state which is working not against but together with its nation as two inseparable parts. As our state is increasing its strength after uniting with our nation, we are working day and night in order to grow the state even stronger. So the freedoms will be at the center of this process of embracement between state and nation. Of course, the treacherous people will try their best to prevent this nation and state from growing. So by breaking all those shackles on the hearts of our people, we brought Turkey till this day. As we said, our work is serving to our nation, and our greatest strength is our nation. We have also transformed this transformation in the mindsets. The freedoms that the great artists enjoy cannot be limited to the rhetorical changes only. You should provide the necessary means to people so that they can realize their dreams. Together with our masterpieces and services, which comprehends 85 million people in 81 of our provinces, we lay the ground for the democratic development. For many years, our nation suffered a lot from the threats of the gangs and the terrorist organizations. We brought the climate of peace and tranquility to them so that our citizens indeed encountered, maybe for the first time, with freedoms and liberties, and we provided better means and a higher level of democratic rights to our citizens. And as we are striving for that, we were also answering to the freedom requests of each one of our citizens. As we were striving for those sacred goals, there were the ones who were using their fascist mentality while they were trying to prevent us from our targets. As we have undertaken the responsibility of governing this country, there was another issue to which we attach significant importance, and that was justice. The justice has been abused at the hands of some people as the sword of totalist supporters, and we have undersigned too many judicial reforms. As we were the political party in power, our political party was tried to be shut down, and as a politician who was attacked many times by the totalist supporters, I can say that we will never allow anyone to criticize our understanding of justice. As we try to enlarge and increase the scope of the freedoms and liberties, the ones who will find their chance first and foremost will try to reverse this process of emancipation. Normally, the politics shouldn't be made about liberties or freedoms, because freedoms, liberties, and rights are indeed natural and inborn rights. and they are alienable rights. That's why we would like to state that we will be advocating for the rights of our citizens. After the independence war, we have founded our republic, and in order to grow this republic, we are in need of showing our determination. So our proposal in that regard is to put the aim of growing our state and making our nation much more prosperous. We should never forget that any service and any masterpiece that we realized means our common success stories. So our common goals of 2023 is defined as the century of Turkey, and our common vision of 2053 and 2071 belongs to all our nation. Appreciating what is right, what is just, and embracing all of them and contributing to those targets will not discredit anyone, but rather improve the reputation in the eyes of our people, without showing any discrimination whatsoever on the basis of ethnicity or belief. Together with all our powers, judiciary, legislative, and executive powers, every one of our citizens with this understanding should act in line with the aforesaid mindset. Hopefully, 2023 will be a new turning point for every one of our citizens, for our nation. As the President and the Presidential Cabinet, we say that as long as we have the goodwill, the results would be auspicious as well. So we carry out all our activities with this understanding, and we realize every one of our service and masterpiece with the aforesaid understanding. My august nation. This critical process in which the world and our nation is going through, the importance of the social aids is increasing, of course, because the highest damage is inflicted on the segment of the society with the lowest socioeconomic background. As a cabinet who totally believes in the principle of make people live so that the state shall live on, we attach higher level of importance to the extension of social aids. That's why we have taken many steps in order to increase the distribution of the social aids. In order to ensure that our citizens can maintain their lives, we have been giving comprehensive social aids for a while. By updating those figures, the state continues to preserve its role as being the advocates of our lonely citizens. So during these challenging times, we developed many preemptive programs. The means of Turkey is shared with every one of our citizens, and one of those programs is called Turkey Family Support Program. So within the scope of this program, 3.2 billion Turkish liras as a social aid will be distributed to the 2.5 million of rightful owners. Our 3 million households are making use of the electricity support, and 666 million Turkish liras of this aid will be provided to the rightful owners within this week, and the natural gas support will also be provided to rightful owners. 2.1 billion Turkish liras of November payments have been distributed to 1,379,493 of our disabled citizens. So more than 1,000 social aid and solidarity foundations will be receiving a support of 450 million Turkish liras, which is indeed doubled within a couple of months. So only through the public institutions we have extended approximately 900 million Turkish liras of social aid. So in a nutshell, we have provided a total amount of 7 billion Turkish liras of social aid. Hopefully, we will ensure that none of our citizens are living on without a shelter or out in the cold, and we will continue to provide those social aids to our citizens through such programs. Last week, we have proposed our constitutional amendment suggestion, which covers the issues of headscarf and the protection of the family institution. So if the consensus can be obtained, then we will make this amendment, but if the consensus is not reached, as the People's Alliance political party, we are planning to present this proposal to the discretion of our assembly. So in principle, we do not think that bringing this amendment to the referendum is not right. So we hope that a consensus hopefully will be obtained in the General Assembly. But if that does not take the place, then it will be incumbent upon all of us to bring this issue to the referendum. So with those feelings in my heart, I salute you all once again with love and respect. Stay in health.